Christmas without presents.
It's so dreadful to be poor.
I don't think it's fair for some girls to have plenty of pretty things, and other girls nothing at all.
We've got father and mother and each other.
We haven't got father, and we shall not have him for a very long time.
You know the reason Mother proposed not having any Christmas presents this year was because it was going to be a hard winter for everyone, and she thinks we ought not to spend money for pleasure when our men are suffering so in the army.
The army wouldn't miss our one little dollar. I want to buy myself 2 books that I've so longed for.
I plan to spend mine in music.
I shall get a nice box of favorite drawing pencils. I really need them.
Mother didn't say anything about our money, and she won't wish us to give up everything. Let us each buy what we want and have a little fun. I'm sure we worked hard enough to earn it.
I know I do, teaching those tiresome children, reading all day, and when I'm longing to enjoy myself at home.
You don't have half such a hard time as I do. How would you like to be shut up for hours with a nervous, fussy old lady who keeps you trotting and is never satisfied and worries you till you're ready to fly out the window or cry?
It's naughty to fret, but I do think that washing dishes and keeping things tidy is the worst work in the world. It makes me cross, and my hands get so stiff that I can't practice well at all.
I don't think any of you suffer as I do. For you don't have to go to school with impertinent girls who plague you if you don't know your lessons and laugh at your dresses and insult you when your nose isn't nice. And label your father if he isn't rich.
If you mean libel, I would say so. And not talk about labels as if Papa were a pickle bottle.
I know what I mean, and you needn't be satirical about it. It's proper to use good words and improve your vocabulary.
Don't peck at one another, children. Joe, don't you remember how happy we were when we were young and Papa had all that money he lost?
Meg, didn't you say the other day that we were a deal lot happier than those king children that are fighting and fretting the whole time, even with all their money and possessions?
So I did, Beth. And I think we are, for though we have to work, we make fun for ourselves and are a pretty jolly set, as Joe would say.
Joe does use such slang words.
Joe, don't. It's so boyish.
That's why I do it.
I detest rude, unladylike girls.
And I hate affected niminy-piminy chicks.
You are old enough to leave off boyish tricks and to behave better, Josephine. It didn't matter much when you were a little girl, but now you are so tall, even taller than me, and you turn up your hair, you should remember that you are a young lady.
I'm not, and turning up my hair makes me want to wear it in 2 tails till I'm 20. I hate to think that I've got to grow up and be Mrs. March and wear long gowns and look as prim as a China Aster. It's bad enough being a girl anyways, when I like boys' games and works and manners. I can't get over my disappointment in not being a boy, and it's worse than ever now, for I'm dying to go and fight with Papa, and I can only stay at home and knit like a poky old woman.
Poor Joe. It's too bad, but it can't be helped. So you must try to be contented with making your name boyish and playing brother to us girls.
As for you, Amy, you are altogether too particular and prim. Your airs are funny now, but you'll grow up to be an affected little goose if you don't take care. I like your nice manners and your refined way of speaking, when you don't try to be elegant. But your absurd words are as bad as Joe's slang.
If Joe a tomboy and Amy a goose, what am I, please?
You're a dear and nothing else.
I was thinking, Marmy's slippers are quite worn out.
Mommy must have a new pair.
I thought I'd get her some with my dollar.
No, I shall.
I'm the oldest.
I'm the man of the house now that Papa's away, and I shall provide the slippers. For he told me to take special care of Marmy while he was gone.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll each get Marmy something for Christmas and not anything for ourselves.
That's like you, Beth. What will we get?
I shall get a nice pair of gloves.
Army boots are best in the wintertime.
Some handkerchiefs, all hemmed.
I will get a little bottle of perfume. She likes it, and it won't cost much, so I'll have some left to buy my pencils.
How will we give the gifts?
We'll put them on the table and bring her in to see her open the bundles. Don't you remember how we used to do on our birthdays?
I used to be so frightened when it was my turn to sit in the big chair with the crown on and see you all come marching round to give the presents with a kiss. I liked the thanks and the kisses, but it was dreadful to have you sit looking at me while I opened the bundles.
We'll let Marmy think that we're getting the things for ourselves, and then we'll surprise her. We must go shopping tomorrow afternoon, Meg. There's so much to do before Christmas Day. Let's work on our play.
I don't mean to act anymore after this. I'm getting too old for such things.
You won't stop. Why would you want to? You're the best actress we've got, and there'll be an end of everything if you quit the boards. We ought to rehearse now. Come on, Amy. Let's do the fainting scene. Where you were as stiff as a poker in that.
I can't help it. I never saw anyone faint, and I don't choose to make myself all black and blue, tumbling flat as you do. If I can go down easily, I'll drop. If I can't, I shall fall into a chair and be graceful. I don't care if Hugo does come at me with a pistol.
Do it this way. Clasp your hands so, and stagger across the room crying frantically, Rodrigo, Rodrigo, save me, and faint.
Glad you might be so merry, my girl.
Marmy!
Oh, there was so much to do getting the boxes ready to go tomorrow. I didn't come home to dinner. Has anyone called Beth?
No.
How's your cold, Meg? Joe, you look tired to death. Here, help me with things. I've got a treat for you all. A letter from Father.
A letter from Father!
Yes, a nice long letter. He's well and thinks we should get through the cold season better than we feared.
When will he come home, Marmy?
Not for many months, my dear, unless he is sick, and he will stay and do his work faithfully as long as he can. Now, come and hear the letter. Let's see. Here's the part I wanted you to hear. Give them all my dear love and a kiss. Tell them I think of them by day, pray for them by night, and find my best comfort in their affection at all times. A year seems very long before I see them, but remind them that while we wait, we may all work, so that these hard days need not be wasted. I know they will remember all I said to them, that they will be loving children to you, will do their duty faithfully, fight their bosom enemies bravely, and conquer themselves so beautifully, that when I come back to them, I may be fonder and prouder than ever of my little woman.
I am a selfish girl, but I'll truly try to be better, so I mayn't be disappointed in me by and by.
We all will. I think too much about my looks and hate to work, but won't anymore if I can help it.
I'll try to be what he loves to call me, a little woman, and not be rough and wild, but do my duty here, instead of wanting to be somewhere else.
Remember when we used to play Pilgrim's Progress when you were all little girls? You loved when Great Aunt March gave you hats and sticks and rolls of paper, tied bags on your backs for burdens, and let you travel through the house from the cellar, which you made into the city of destruction, up to the housetop, where you had all the pretty things you could collect to make a celestial city.
What fun that was.
My favorite part was when the bundles fell off and tumbled down the stairs.
My favorite part was when we came up to the flat roof where our flowers, arbors, and pretty things were, and all sang for joy up there in the sunshine.
I don't remember much about it, except the cellar was scary. But now that I'm 12, I have to put away such child play.
We are never too old for this, my dear, for it is a play we are playing in this life, all the time in one way or another. Our burdens are here, and our road is before us, and the longing for goodness and happiness is the road that leads us through many mistakes and troubles, to the peace which is the true celestial city. Now, my little pilgrims, suppose you begin again, not in play, but in earnest, and see how much you can grow as a little woman before Father comes home.
Really, Barbie? Where are our bundles?
Each of you told what your burden was just now, except Beth. I rather think she hasn't got any.
Yes, I have. Mine is dishes and dusters and envying girls with nice pianos and being afraid of people.
Well, let us all try to do good. Sometimes it's hard work and we forget and don't do our best.
We were in the Slough Despond tonight thinking about Christmas and presents, and Marmee came and pulled us up, as helped us in the book. We ought to have our role of direction like Christian and Pilgrim's Progress. Christmas really isn't about getting presents or even giving presents. Don't you agree?
We agree. Christmas is the time to praise the Lord.